Chopper. We here today, a group of us from Richmond, supporting Robin Mines and a coalition of organized groups trying to push for the rescinding of the vote that City Council did on the George Wythe project. I'm sorry. Mayor Stoney is in the building.
Of course, COVID hit during the class, and I had kind of tried to be merciful at one
What she just speak?
Yeah, I know, it just didn't. I know she can't get this.
Chloe. Right, Chloe.
I got to talk to him anyway, but. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, sir. I only need one leg. All I need is one leg. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm really about to speak.
I know. He's like, I've got another one for you. You got it? On any given day.
What you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man.
What brings you out here today?
What brings me out here today, man? Standing for the people, man. We stand out here for the people. We stand out here for equality, for fairness, and it's a lot of that not going on. It's a lot of empty promises going on, and so I'm tired of it. People tired of it. Students are tired of it, and you know we behind the students. We behind all the young people that got a voice, and you know it's our turn to take the ship. So that's what we're doing. They might not want to give us a ship, but it's our turn. You know, so that's what's about to happen. We're about to see young Stuckey speak, Corey Stuckey. We're about to go play.
No doubt. What's up, man?
Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
I want to welcome and thank all of our George Wythe alumni, students, faculty, advocates, and community members for being here with us today. I also want to acknowledge the mayor, school board member and George Wythe alum, Dawn Page, school board chairperson, Cheryl Burke, and our 5th District City Council person, Stephanie Lynch, for standing here in support of us. I would also like to acknowledge Community Columbia Lawrence, Reverend Dante McCutcheon, Lawrence Robinson, and Tykeem Cooper, advocates for justice. Today, it is about us, the community, having a voice and standing up for ourselves. Because too often, we have been silenced over the noise of political stunts and personality battles. Enough is enough. My name is Reverend Robin Mines, and I am a proud George Wythe graduate, class of 1976. I am the Swansboro West Neighborhood Association president, former president and founder of the George Wythe Alumni Association Incorporated, former George Wythe PTSA president, born and raised in this community just on the other side of Midlothian Turnpike. I was blessed to experience a well-rounded education in a clean and beautiful facility, full of teachers with high expectations, fully equipped for all sports, music departments, and so many clubs that your head would spin trying to figure out which one you wanted to join. The school pride and spirit was something to behold. We did not walk on the school seal. Now, my Georgetown students ask, where are the clubs? Athletic teams lacking equipment, students and teachers frustrated with old moldy buildings falling down around them. My heart breaks when I speak with middle school students and they sadly state their disappointment when they tell me that George Wythe is the school they are slated to attend. The decision made during last Monday's school board meeting has detrimental impact to the timeline for building George Wythe. According to the superintendent's presentation posted on the social media board website, on the school board website, that it could be 2027 until we get another building, and that's only if everything goes perfectly. This not only impacts George Wythe, but all of our schools that were on the schedule. The Wythe building was 10 years old when I graduated in 1976. I'm sorry, correct that, more like 14 years old. There have been no upgrades except for a cooling system. The structure is falling apart. Unhealthy environment full of mold and mildew, rat and roach infestation, broken fence and perimeter creating a safety issue. We ask our school board, whose mission states, Richmond Public Schools will prepare our students and become successful, contributing members of society through innovative and compassionate learning communities. If you are true to your mission, please rescind the resolution and move forward with the plans for Georgia and focus on our students' safe return to the classroom, dual learning for students unable to return to the class, support for our teachers, transportation issues, social support to address the psychological needs of many of our students, and additional instructions to our students who experience difficulty during the virtual learning instruction period. Our children can't afford to wait. Thank you. Next, we will hear from George Wythe Senior, class of 21, Corey Stuckey, followed by Miss Kiera Robinson, class of 2008.
Let's go, Corey.
Let's go, Corey.
Let's go, Corey.
How y'all doing today?
All right.
So actually, my name is Corey Stuckey. I'm a senior at Georgia High School as of right now, with future plans to attend Morehouse College, majoring in business marketing with a double minor in sociology and psychology.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to let y'all all know before I start speaking that today I don't speak for I. I'm tired of people speaking for I speak for we and us, because I don't just speak for myself, I speak for my community.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing I feel like that lacks in, higher seats of power. They don't speak for the community anymore. They're not in the community.
Yes,
They're
sir.
not based in the community. It's time for us to start getting back to the community. As she said earlier, this resolution was passed without any community input. To me, that hurt my heart. I feel like, how can you pass a resolution without coming right to George Wythe? There's literally houses right across the street from George Wythe that should have a say-so of whether or not the school get rebuilt, whether or not what programs come to this school, even the students should get a say-so. I have multiple students on Instagram that hit me up all the time, Corey, what is going on with the school? What programs are we getting? How's graduation gonna look? How's this gonna look? How's that gonna look? And the only answer I can tell them is I don't know. And people get mad at me, like, how you don't know? Aren't you friends with the school board? Aren't you friends? I'm like, yeah, I am, but I don't know. And I don't know because of transparency. It's not there. Transparency, group unity, and group responsibility. A lot of people tend to hold off on things. It's not my fault Georgia's not getting built. It's not my fault they don't have any programs. It's not my fault they don't have any resources. But I'm here to let you know now that everybody, including myself, including you out here now, you have a voice. You have an opinion, you have a mind, you have power within yourself. Please bring that to the table. Please bring it to the table. It's time for that now. As she said before, George Wythe has to be rebuilt, who knows when. Last time I checked out, George Wythe was on the list to get rebuilt in 2002. That was before I was born. I'm only 17. That was way before I was even born. I didn't even know what a George Wythe was. And it still isn't built. You know, I get tired of, you know, walking around and speaking to my friends' moms. Oh, yeah, I attended George Wythe. That same picture's in the same spot. That same desk and chair is still there. I'm like, why is it like that? Why? Or alumni is telling me, oh, we had the same issues when we were attending school. You know, I thought evolution and change was inevitable. However, it seems that we've been holding on for evolution and change for the last decade and plus. I'm tired of it. And I'm 17, I'm too tired to be tired. My mom tells me all the time, I'm too tired to be tired. So why am I saying that I'm tired? Why is my peers saying that they're tired? Why are our parents saying that they're tired?
Right.
And that's because their voice aren't being heard. Their opinions aren't being valued. Their solutions aren't being brought to the table. I'm the founder of 3 to 1 movement. Me and my brother started this organization in 2020 in the summer. And we was all about black liberation, all about change, all about bringing solutions back to the community, bringing power, giving people a voice and an opinion, making them feel like black power is truly a thing. Because when I look at my skin, I don't see fear, I don't see pain, I see power.
Yeah.
When I look at this school building, I don't see destruction. Yeah, it's in there, but I see power. Someone asked me today, am I embarrassed to say I attend George Wythe? My first thought was, yeah, when comparing it to other resources and necessities that other schools have. But I said not when I identified that I'm George Wythe.
That's right.
My teachers are George Wythe.
That's right.
That this is George Wythe. We stand together.
We are George Wythe.
We are George Wythe. Thank you. George Wythe is a family. It's not just a building. However, our building houses this family. That's why we needed to get rebuilt. This needs to be the first school to get rebuilt and not the last. I'm not saying George Wythe needs to be the only school to be rebuilt and forget about the rest of them. No, this is not the last. However, things take time. I'm not saying we're waiting another 10 years. Please don't say I'm waiting another 10 years. I'm saying I'm waiting until tomorrow. I'm waiting for tomorrow's plan to come out. Oh, we rebuilt George Wythe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm not waiting no more week and no more month and no more 3 years, 9 years, 5. I'm waiting for tomorrow. Because everybody says change happened now, we are today. But however we are today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, we are every day to come. And change is to happen every single day. So my final words to y'all is please, 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 use your phones, use your emails, use your voice, use your power, and speak up and speak out. Because the time is now. It's now, tomorrow, and even 10 days from now is now. Until we get the change that we have been seeking for so long, I don't hear anybody stop saying they want to fight for change. We need funding for our schools. We need our schools to be rebuilt. We need a citizen review board to overlook everything that is going on. Everything.
Yes.
And they don't need to be 50 years old.
We need that. We need that because I'm tired of our community not being heard because we have only 5 or 10 people representing the community who don't live in the community. They're not in the community.
Right.
We need to be in the community. If you're going to speak for the community, please stand in the community.
Yes.
I'm in the community every single day and I don't see the same faces that I see when it comes time for a press conference. Or when it comes time for a meeting, I don't see the faces.
I ain't seen you in my
I'm ready
neighborhood.
to see the faces. I'm ready to see them in the community and making some action happen. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Woo! Corey!
Hi, everybody. I'm Kiara Robinson. I'm from class of 2008.
How you doing? All right.
So, I'm not going to ask questions because I'm hurting up here, but I just want to say in 2008 when I graduated before I got here, we were supposed to have a new school back then in my time. And I'm assuming that I'm guessing that a lot of people don't see growth out of Georgia or success is not out of Georgia, and I'm trying to figure out, what is the reason on why we're not getting a new school. So, hoping and praying that things can work out as well after today, because I think we all deserve this. We've been through a lot in Georgia. We've always been put on hold. We've always been a bad school. We never do nothing successful here, and that's not true. So, if we please can move forward and hopefully, like you said, tomorrow we can have answers to something or soon. So that's all I have to say, y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Woo!
Thank you so much, Corey and Kiara. And as we want to announce that Kiara met her husband here at George Wythe High School. Yes, indeed. Next up, we'll have a few comments from Mr. Thad Williamson, a representative from Richmond Together, followed by our 5th District City Councilwoman, Stephanie Litch.
Good afternoon. I'm Thad Williamson. I'm a professor at the University of Richmond. I am a member of Richmond Together. Here speaking at the request of my dear friend, Reverend Rob Mines. I'm a 5th District resident, and I'm an RPS parent, and I'm someone who's committed a lot of the last 10 years to promoting greater collaboration between the schools the city and the community, and I've seen the great things that could happen when we all actually work together. This is the worst possible time to be putting petty politics above cooperation. We have the federal government, President Biden, prepared to help the city of Richmond in an unprecedented way, as well as the Commonwealth of Virginia getting additional resources. Now's the time to come together, show we're on the same page, and say, we're ready to rebuild this school, and 5 more, if not 10 more, because our city is dying for it, literally dying. You've seen, I mean, you read the news. Our kids are in desperate need. They deserve the best. You know, I know teachers here. I visited the school numerous times. You know, I have great respect for all who are here. Many incredible success stories, incredible history. But this building does not represent the best Richmond can do for its kids. We all know that. We have to do much better. Now is absolutely the time. Now they're going to say, oh, the prior way of doing things, the new school's just been built, it wasn't perfect. Well, of course not. It's government. Government is not perfect. And what you do is you learn from the mistakes and do just a little bit better next time. You don't blow it up. So, you know, I'm incensed that we have this delay because it's time to build the school. And we need to get over the pettiness, work together, let's build a better community all together. I'm hearing strong support. And yes, as one of several people who spent a lot of time walking around these neighborhoods a couple years ago, everybody knows this new school needs to happen now. And it needs to be a model school with all the services that Reverend Mines described. You know, our Latinx community really needs the strong support because it's so highly represented in this school. It needs to be the model inclusive school for this entire community to provide service not just to the students, but the whole community. We can't do that here. The time is now. Into the pettiness, and let's get on with it.
Yeah.
I mentioned my representative on City Council, Stephanie Lynch.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are y'all doing?
All right.
Good to be with you. I'm embarrassed and ashamed that this is where we are today. 6 months ago, we stood on the opposite side of that building, and we had a press release, and we promised to the community that after hearing for years that our students deserve better, that our families deserve better, that our community deserved better, that we were going to build you a building that reflected your values. A brand new George Wythe High School. Absolutely. We made that promise, and we were going to release, the city was going to release that RFP this week to get the community input, to start the design process, to start the contracts, to start the shovels and getting in this ground. And we cannot afford to wait another minute for that. Last Monday, we had 8 back-to-back shootings. One of those babies was 15 years old. He was a member of this George Wythe family. And that Monday, certain members of the school board chose to make the topic of debate construction and casinos. We have babies that are dying in the street. We have programming that has been closed for a year. Our community members, if you are out in the community, if you are out in the neighborhoods, you know what they're telling us? They're saying, support our children. Get the activities back up. Create systems of care. Wrap our arms around our students. They deserve better. And they deserve not to wait.
Absolutely. Woo-hoo! I'll let you say it.
Yes. Yes. And instead of spending their time getting a plan together to work on these things that our community members have told us that they want, working on reading outcomes, math outcomes, graduation rates, they pulled a backdoor vote without any community input at all, without posting anything publicly. Backdoor.
What does backdoor mean?
That means that there is no resolution that was posted publicly available for us. No members of city council were made aware. No members of the administration were made aware. Guess who doesn't care about us fighting with each other? The people.
That's right.
They don't.
That's right.
We need to collaborate and love and lead with love. But that's not what happened last Monday. And They claim that this is such a critical issue and schools need to be built by schools. Our school board has final input and say ultimately over the design of this school. They have weekly meetings on school construction teams. They have oversight. They have input of the process the whole way. So what are we fighting for here? Yes. They claim that the city mismanaged funds. The state, the per pupil cost per square foot. The state data shows that we were number 3 out of the 10 schools in 10 different localities that were built last year. We are on par budgetarily with other mid-sized cities across our Commonwealth. If they wanted to resolve these issues and dig into this from a policy perspective, I am here. We are ready to collaborate because our kids are more important.
That's right.
We are ready with love and open arms to collaborate on this issue. Why not bring it to the Education and Human Services Committee? I'm the chair of that committee. You know when I found out about this resolution? When it was happening on Monday. We can work through these issues together. And so, I am calling for an emergency meeting for the Education and Human Services Committee, and I'm calling for school board members, superintendents to present a plan to release an RFP in 2 weeks. Remain on schedule for the building of George Wythe. Why? Yeah. Because our students cannot wait.
That's right.
And they do not have this plan. I'm going to call on the mayor to negate that resolution and move forward with the RFP so that our kids can stay on track, start having input about what this school looks like, and our community members can gather around the table. We can do this together. That's right. That's right.
That's
Bring them all to the table. I want to call attention to this as well. If this was such a critical issue, there is money that is required to build a department, a whole other department, to manage the procurement of this construction, the contract management and such. That is to the tune of an estimated $3 million that we would have to provide to RPS. Okay, $3 million, to put that in perspective, is 58 reading specialists, 60 ESL instructors, which we so desperately need in this building, and 45 teachers. Okay? Every dollar that goes into the administrative line of our RPS budget is a dollar that does not go to our students and to our schools. And it is shameful that we do not collaborate and share more services, maximize those dollars to ultimately improve our students' outcomes. We gotta question that. That's right. So, according to the superintendent, if we go this route, which has already been voted on, we may not see another George Wythe, as some of our speakers have mentioned, until 2027. It could be 2030. To put that in perspective, my son is 9 years old. He may be walking to the same dilapidated building by the time he hits high school. That is
unacceptable.
Absolutely unacceptable. Our kids cannot wait. Our community cannot wait. And I stand with love and open arms to collaborate with our school board members, mayor, whoever we need to collaborate with. That's right. Because that's what our people want. They want to see, touch, and feel improvement. They don't want us to be fighting amongst each other. They don't want lava bombs being thrown in the lake. They want solutions. Yes. And I really appreciate all the speakers and hearing from their perspective, hearing from the community. Please keep in mind that those voices matter the most. Not mine, not the mayor's, not the school boards. Love y'all too. But it's the community voices. But it's the community voices that matter the most. And we are simply a channel for your voices. So keep talking, keep working together, keep collaborating, because we're going to get this school building. That's right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Williamson, for your words. And thank you, Councilwoman Stephanie Lynch, for laying it out like you always do, telling it like it is. Next, we will have school board and alum Dawn Page, representative of the 8th District. We will also have our school board chair, representative of the 7th District, Cheryl Burke. And followed by these two representatives, we will hear from our Mayor LeVar Stoney. All right?
All right. Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Robert. Words cannot express how thankful I am for your leadership. Because where we are today, I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. Yes, I am the 8th District School Board Representative, but this is my community. This is the community that I grew up in. This is the school that I walked the halls, and it's 1/3 of my alma mater, Jefferson Heathen Atwood, because there was another decision, school consolidation, and as a student, I benefited from it because I was able to meet students from TJ, Huguenot, and form long-lasting relationships. But from a financial perspective, it was a financial disaster. But again, who did it impact? Impacted the most? The students.
Yes.
As your representative, I work for you. It's not about me, as Corey said. It's not about us. It's about the people that we serve. So today, we are standing here again. Richmond politics is in a way of us moving forward and making progress for the families, the students and families that we represent. Last Monday, a decision was made that will significantly delay and stop the construction of Georgeville and possibly other schools that's a part of the facilities plan.
Shame on you.
You're right, shame on us, because here we go again. And quite frankly, I'm tired. I'm tired of this nonsense. Because what are we trying to accomplish here? Is this a power struggle?
Yep.
Do we have the interests of the people that have another agenda?
That's right.
That's the city of Richmond?
That's right.
Come on, Don.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
We cannot continue down this path.
Indeed.
We cannot. Because our young people are depending on us to make sound decisions that will provide them educational possibilities, whether it's vocational, the college track, but they're dependent on us. Just like we have the plans to foster partnership with J. Sargent Reynolds for the enhancement of our TRIA Center that's on Richmond Highway and Maury Street. That's on the bus line. They will be accessible to everyone. I stand with you today. And I want to recognize my colleague from the 9th District, Nicole Jones.
Right. That's me right there. That's me. Cool.
And I so appreciate the collaboration that we have. Because for so long, Southside.
Go ahead. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
The most underserved, underrepresented. So again, why now? Why are we making this decision now? Because another school in the South Side is on the slate to be built? Because majority of the schools have been built in the South Side. Why? Because the growth supports the new construction of schools in the South Side. Since serving on this board, 2009, and under my leadership as a former chair, 7 schools have been built. And I'm going to name them. Royal Rock, Oak Grove, Belmead, Cardinal, Henry L. Marsh Elementary School, MLK, and River City, and Huguenot High School. And with each school, there has been collaboration with the city and the RPS school board. There have been school community participation with the design, curriculum, programmatic, to the point the architectural firm that designed Royal Rock and Oak Grove Belmead, we took a bus trip up to Northern Virginia to witness the schools that they built up there, so we could see, or we would know what to expect when, at the completion of Royal Rock and Oak Grove Belmead. A tour bus. So we had at least 50 people from the community, as well as the staff from the school. But we don't have any participation. We don't have any say so. We have been involved every aspect of building schools.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to change the process now. We do not have the ability to raise funds. And you know what that means? We depend on the city. We depend on the state and the federal government for funding. I have heard from the George Wolf House School community loud and clear that you will no longer be complacent. That's right. And you will stand for our students what they so rightfully deserve. This is my community, and I'm vested too. And as I stated before, George Wolf High School is 1/3 of my alma mater. And George Wolf looks the same. Just like it did when I walked the halls. We had cheerleading practice on Midlothian Turnpike. It looks the same. Just like Huguenot looks the same. We used to have cheerleading practices over there. So, I do not understand why anyone would vote to change, given the excellent relationship that we have had. Because I know you all remember when it wasn't a collaborative working relationship. Furthermore, the fact that overnight, as most of us have stated, there has been no public comment. We absorbed an $800 million facilities budget as we transition out of the pandemic is just plain irresponsible. So let's fight for what we deserve, for what our students rightfully deserve. As I've stated before, I'm tired. I'm tired of this nonsense, and it's time for us to move forward, to build Georgeville, along with the other schools that are part of the facilities plan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Family. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
There she goes. Bring her up.
This is not my first rodeo. Henry L. March III. A new school has not been built in that area since 1967.
Go.
Hello, it took that many years. But I worked in Richmond Public Schools for over 38 years. A teacher, a specialist, and the principal of Summerhouse Elementary School. So you know my story. Bring it. Bring it. Now the reason I'm saying that is, I apologize, Don, that you're sick and tired. I'm embarrassed that you're sick and tired. I'm not sick and tired. Somebody has to stand up, so we're going to do this together.
Yes.
Every Thursday for the last 2.5 years, Mr. Mayor, every Thursday at 1 o'clock p.m., the Joint Construction Team meets. That is Richmond Public Board members, but this is when Linda Owens was chair. Every Thursday at 1 o'clock. As well, when she was, John just came because it involved her schools as well. Then another board member joined us in late. But what I know, 2002, I said, why do we got to, we're invisible, y'all. We're invisible.
Yes.
We are invisible.
Yes.
That's a
A
fact.
dream deferred.
Right.
Lights and hues.
All right.
Here we go again.
Fact.
Black Lives Matter. That's not the message we're sending to our children. You're going to wait until. That's like somebody said, oh, it's your birthday. Here's your cake. On the day that you can get your cake, no, I'm going to take it away because I got a better plan. You don't treat children that way.
That sounds just like Richmond.
You don't treat children that way.
That sounds just like Richmond.
Thank you. It's Richmond, right. But it's a new Richmond. There's going to be a new Richmond. That's what the mayor told us. That anytime anybody's going to put in place for you, here's the money to build 3 new schools, Cottle, James, forgive me, Lord. Cottle, River City, and Henry L. March III. Then I walked my happy self over here with Mrs. Councilwoman Lynch, Don Page, Linda Owen, and somebody else, Don. The mayor. We stood out here on the other side and stated, and I was like, I don't want to my word. I try to walk the talk. I have nothing to lose. Oh yes, we're on the roll now. The money's already in place. We have persons already hired. Last week before last, at a JCT meeting, we started making plans for this. The land is here, the money's there. We don't have to pay for procurement. It's taken care of
Already.
through the mayor.
Yes.
Now, who in there is for her right mind?
Go backtrack. Go ahead, tell the truth.
I don't get it.
Sound like somebody else.
One of 2 African American males that graduated from a South Side school in the city of Richmond, attended every grade. They went to school in every section of the city, believe it or not. I don't get it. I do not get it. So my point is, let me share with you what's going to happen. Tonight, as you know, we have board meeting at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
I would like to stand here and tell you, we're going to change the surveying. But I bring you bad news. We have to have 5 votes.
we only have 4 votes. What y'all gonna do? If you
Vote 'em
don't
out.
stand for something, you stand for nothing. All right.
Right.
We are 1 vote. Yes. Page is 1 vote. Jones is 1 vote. I'm 1 vote. Yes. Dura is 1 vote. Ms. Dura at the last meeting, we were all sitting there with our mouths open because we're at home on Zoom like, what's going on here? What's this about? And it was railroaded through, okay? When that took, what can we do? Wait a minute. If it had been the school on over there?
Go ahead and tell the truth.
Over there?
Yes. Don't.
Yes. If it had been those schools, it was like, oh, we have to wait to be transparent. We have to wait for insight.
Preacher.
We have to wait for, but on this night, let's do a standing to amend what was put in place for a week, just to give the community a chance to write in, to call us. Don Page seconded that motion. Guess what? No, we passing this tonight. Yes. So I just want to vote, y'all.
So how, if they want to be involved in school board meetings, how that work?
Well, I'll share this with you. If you don't have another vote, it's not going to go through. So how do you need to talk to your school board representative?
Hey, Don.
Hey, Don.
John Hurd. Call him out.
I'm going to take a step up. I'm not going to call out names.
It's all right. It's only 9 of them. Don't worry, it's not a lot.
You need to know, who did you vote for? Who's representing you?
Jenny.
And I'm not, yeah, but I'm not going to stand here and say, you call your mayor when there's a problem. Okay? I get calls from all over the city of people who running for everything, and then some, not even in the city. So my point with that is, you have to stand for something. But was the thought like it was in the 60s, when I used to walk up this sidewalk as a 5th grader from Powhatan County to go to summer school here? Because in the 60s, that's how young I am. In the 60s, high schools for Powhatan County didn't have any summer school programs. So my parents brought me here to go to summer school. And when I would walk this hallway, the students who didn't look like me, tall, here I am in the 5th grade, tall young men would throw pennies and nickels and lay me out. To the point where when my dad would drop me off here, that was like a 45-minute drive, you all. My mother always thought if you went to summer school, you had to be someplace to learn. You just had to do something. So then I started walking around that way. Now, that was in 1960-something. Now, here it is, 2021. I was invisible then, and I'm still invisible now.
Oh.
Good
Good knowledge. Say it again.
So, like I said before, why we gotta keep dreaming? What's the problem? What's the problem? That we have the money, but no, what we're gonna do now is, as your city council representative just stated, we have been out of school for over a year. Unfinished learning. At that last school board meeting, their person said a thing about reading, math, the data was before us, counselors, psychologists.
You know that's me.
Instead, it was about the casino. I don't vote on the casino.
Exactly.
The casino. And no more building schools because we're going to do it. Yes, Richmond Public Schools could do it, but you won't get it in 2023, or 2024, or 2025, 26, 27. Turn in tonight for the meeting and call your school board representative. You want to know who voted? You mean tell you? In favor of? Tell it?
Yeah.
Tell it.
We got your back, sister.
You got your back.
I got your back.
We got your back.
I got your
We
back.
got your back.
Don Page, Nicole Jones, Cheryl Burke, and Liz Dura.
There you go.
Call the rest of them.
No, your job is done. You good. Your job is done.
We got it.
Your job is done.
Yo.
I'm going to be very brief because you already heard it from everyone. You heard it from my auntie, she laid it out. You heard it from Corey, he laid it out. It's very, very, very clear. what is going on right now.
Indeed.
We talk about petty politics, as Stan talked about it, it's very clear. Very clear. I mean, you want transparency? Well, they've given you all the transparency you need
That's right.
right now. Now, here's the deal. I ran for mayor in 2016. And when I ran for mayor, what I started here in 2015, before I made that decision, was that people were sick and tired of adults. Not kids. Adults fighting all the time. City council fighting the school board. Mayor fighting the city council. Mayor fighting the school board. Because guess what? When you spend so much energy fighting each other, nothing gets done. And what we've proven working together collaboratively is that when we work together, we do get things done. And that is why we have 3 new schools in this city, in black and brown neighborhoods, working together. And so we say it's been so good working together. The mayor and the superintendent are not at each other's throats. The school board and the mayor aren't fighting. We're producing results. Let's add to our success and build new schools. And that's what we said last October, right out here, that we were going to build a new George Wythe before 2024. And then suddenly, things changed.
Right.
Suddenly things have changed. Now, last time I checked, we did build those 3 new schools.
That's right.
And if it wasn't for a pandemic, people would be in that school. So here's the deal. My door will remain open to the school board, remain open to the city council to work together to make things happen for the people who voted for us to do our jobs. They didn't vote for us to punt the ball to somebody else, because guess what? You know, these terms end in 2024. So we're going to punt to someone else. They end in 2024. So you should do everything you can
Now.
you have it
The time is now.
to make change for your community. So to punt it to 2027, this seems a little illogical to me. Illogical and irresponsible, particularly for people who've been waiting, families who've been waiting. You heard from Reverend Mines. You heard from Don Page. This school's been the same, looked the same way since the 1960s. And it's 2021. And we get an opportunity to fix that before 2024. So that's what we're trying to do. As I stated earlier, or as was stated earlier, we had an RFP, a request for proposal, ready to go this week to get the process going to start building this school. And we've had to pull that back because RPS now wants to build schools, although there is no history of that in the last 20 years. Okay? So, when it comes to accountability, I heard that a lot last year about accountability. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your opportunity to hold people accountable.
That's right.
Folks who tell you one thing
And do another.
and do another thing.
Right.
When people make promises to you, they're going to be about promises also need to be kept. And we need the community to do that. And we talk about the power. That is the power of the community. It's to hold people accountable when they tell you, yeah, I support new schools. But I want to build a new school. I support new schools. But it's going to be done in 10 years. Hold people accountable. That's all I'm asking. And that's all every speaker has asked who came before this mic. Is to hold the folks accountable who said they want new schools, but they want it 7 years from now. Our kids can't wait any longer. Our community can't wait any longer. And I'm looking forward to Richmond stepping up. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for your passion as usual. Always, his door is always open. I've never been rejected by him. Anytime I reach out, I don't care what it is. I know I probably get on his nerves sometimes. That's all right. That's all right. He still responds, no matter what. And for your sake, I will list the last names of those school board representatives who voted to delay George Witt.
Come on.
That's what we want.
Our very own school board representative, Stephanie Rizzi.
Hold her accountable.
District who represent the George Witt.
Hold them accountable.
Shonda Muhammad.
Hold them accountable.
Gibson. Jonathan Young. And Mariah White, a RPS grad. Those are the school board representatives we need to let know we're tired of their mess.
Hold them accountable.
That's right. This proposal. I want to thank all of you for coming out. And now, if the media would like to talk to individuals to ask questions, feel free to do so at this time.
No, just get it.